Hello and welcome again to the Proforma Family Kitchen. Today's episode will have you saying cluck cluck yum.
That's right, Catherine. We're celebrating poultry today with 2 great recipes from our Proforma family.
And I can't wait to start off with this, especially an authentic Hungarian Paprikash dish. We're also going to be making Clem's chicken as well.
Well, we are so happy to be joined today by Michelle Matsko.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
From our Proforma Support Center team. Michelle said that there's a secret and a trick to how much paprika.
Well, the recipe calls for 2 tablespoons, but in my family, you can never have enough of the right spice, and paprika is definitely the right spice. So we just put it in until an ancestor from long ago whispers in our ears, "That's enough, child." And then we know, and the smell starts coming out, and you know you have it right. So don't worry about the measurements when it comes to paprika.
Just keep your ears open.
Yes, definitely.
Keep your ears
Yeah,
open.
keep them open.
So once you had sauteed the onions and everything, and we browned off our chicken, which we have a whole chicken over here. We have cut up just so you guys see the kind of, you want to get with bones and the skin on. You want all that flavor in there as well. Thank you, Mike.
Flavor town.
And then you would gently simmer the chicken for about 25 minutes or so. And then you're left with the chicken that we've already pulled apart and deboned a little bit. Kept it chunky though, because you want big chunks. And then that brings us to the point where the sauce is pretty much done. We need to thicken it and flavor it. A lot of paprikash dishes, they always have sour cream in them. And I really like how you incorporate it, because we also need to thicken this. The sour cream won't do it on its own.
Gotcha.
So what we'll do, we have our sour cream. We're going to add some flour to that.
So, okay, paprikash. I believe, Michelle, you had a fun way of saying that. Can you give me
Paprika.
Paprikash.
And some water as well.
Chef, you got it. You can paprikash, right?
You know it. Paprikashing it up.
And a lot of people have probably heard of paprikash. Another big Hungarian dish is goulash. And the difference is the cream, the sour cream. They both have your paprika, of course. The goulash is more of a stew where you have your meats, your potatoes, but this is the good home cooking and
definitely.
comfort food.
Also, when we had in the water, we had some bouillon cubes as well. You could use a bouillon base, like I said, better than bouillon you use as well. You can use a chicken stock you make from scratch. So now that we have our sour cream, our water, and our flour mixed, we're going to pour it in slowly and whisk it in.
Look at that form.
He makes that look easy.
You'll notice when you add this, it won't thicken up right away. It needs to come to a full boil for the flour to gelatinize and thicken. And we can do a food science class maybe one day. So with the dumplings, it was a mix of, remind me again, sour cream, water, eggs, and salt, right?
Yes, very simple.
Yeah, very
Basic.
simple. You'll get this really gooey. In fact, this is thickened up a little bit now that it's sat a little bit. Now, I was using a little cookie scoop and scooping them into some salted boiling water. This is what they look like after, and they might not be the most appetizing looking, but they are delicious. Now, in the recipe, you did say if you needed some more flour to thicken it, which if we gave this more time, Chef D's going to be honest, we'd probably thicken it a little bit more. Put a little bit of the sauce.
Looks good, though. I like the color.
Plus, as it thickens, the way it looks a little separated there, which isn't anything bad. That's just the natural oils of everything we were cooking and the paprika as well.
So dumpling.
I'll cut up one of them to make it easy for everybody. Dumplings can get a little dense.
Just take the whole dumpling all at once. Michelle, I can see why this continues to be passed down in your family. That's fantastic. Thank you for sharing with us
You're
today.
welcome. Enjoy.
We are so excited to welcome another special guest to the Proforma Family Kitchen today. Chris Taiwan, owner of Proforma Solution Ventures, is with us. Welcome, Chris.
Hey, thanks so much for having me. I'm really excited to be here.
And the recipe you submitted is called Clem's Chicken, so why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
I'll tell you, I don't know where the name came from, but it was one of our favorite recipes growing up. You see a picture of my family here. The little girl in the picture is my mother. That was in like 1939. So Clem's Chicken, growing up, that was our favorite. So we always asked for that all the time. We had a lot. So she would make this, and you could smell it cooking all day. And what was really amazing was, not only is it delicious the day it comes out of the oven, but something happens to it overnight when it's in the refrigerator, and it's good cold as well as hot. And I always eat it cold the next day, whatever's left, and it doesn't last very long. So,
So we have some oil in the pan here, heating up nice and hot. And we have some chicken breast that we diced. I believe you had 2x2-inch pieces or whatever's best for you. Seasoned with a little bit of pepper. And I was like, why didn't he put salt? Well, you're going to see a little later why we don't necessarily put salt in this. The recipe either calls for broccoli or asparagus. This has already been blanched, so that means we poached it in water, right? Make sure you salt your water. Cook it to your doneness that you like. I got it pretty crunchy here. I hope that's how you like it. This was really interesting to me, the sauce that we do. We mix a little bit of mayonnaise. We have some fresh lemon juice. Thank you, Michael. Whisk them together. Then we also have some curry powder. Now, this is a mild curry. You don't have to use a spicy one. We're going to add some cream-o chicken to that, a whole can, good old condensed. So this is why if you don't salt your chicken, if you're watching your salt, it's okay not to, because we got quite a bit of salt in this sauce, right?
yeah, my mouth's watering. I'm thinking about all the arguments I had with my brothers growing up, who would get the last leftovers.
The last piece, excuse me. I kind of spread it around a little bit.
Try to cover the top.
And you can see this is going to be nice and thick. Even if the chicken releases its juices and everything, this is going to keep it nice and moist. And then, of course, some sharp cheddar cheese,
Sharp cheddar.
Sharp cheddar.
And you can't over cheese it, just saying.
Right? So now this is going to go in an oven. I believe you said uncovered. It depends if you like your cheese more brown or more gooey.
Correct.
If you like it gooey, you want to cover it a little bit. In fact, the tip I do, if you put foil over this, the cheese is going to stick, right? Take that foil, put a bunch of cooking spray on it, and then put that on top. So that way, it's not going to stick to it. Yeah.
Yep.
So we're going to put this in the oven.
Ooh,
Look at
looks
that.
All right, it's just a little warm, so we're good there. Say it was done, but the cheese isn't as melted as you like. People don't utilize their broilers enough in their ovens. Go for it.
I think it's ready for a taste test, so let's dig in.
Let's go.
Go for it, Chris.
All right.
No one's going for the broccoli. Why?
Well, chicken first.
Did I make Mom proud?
Well, that's good. Thank you, Chris, for
You're
sharing.
welcome. Thank you.
So thank you to all of our special guests for joining us in the kitchen today and for their wonderful chicken recipes. Until next time, Proforma family, remember to
Chef it up!